So we're going to listen to Perri Nemiroff, and she's going to admit she did like a lot of Ghostbusters, but she didn't like what they were doing at the end of the day. And as she admits, is because Ghostbusters is not really what she's all that into. So we're going to listen to her speak and react.
Discovering his connection to the Ghostbusters and also what he was busy doing out there. I will just get this out of the way right up top here. I didn't really like the movie a whole lot, and it does seem that that puts me in the minority on this one. There were some things that I really did like about the film. For example, the atmosphere was great, and I found that there was a real warmth to the visuals and the color palette that I thought played very well. And also, the visual effects look good. I think that it winds up being something that has the charm and the style of the 80s original, but also updates them to appease modern audiences at the same time. But more than anything here, I loved McKenna Grace in this movie. Just blows my mind that she's 15 and has already proven quite a few times that she is one of the best of her generation by far, and it is on the fan service. And listen, I do love Ghostbusters, but it's not my franchise like, let's say, Scream or Jurassic Park is. And admittedly, I have been wondering if I got a story like this for one of my favorite franchises, would I like it? And, maybe I would. I do think I have to be open to that possibility.
I'll agree with one point and then strongly disagree with another. So she was very impressed with McKenna. I guess that's the actress's name. I gotta be totally honest. I mean, kid actors will always strike people as good or bad. Like, I can kind of see what people say about Jake Lloyd in The Phantom Menace, but I don't know. For the most part, I didn't mind him. I thought he was fine. But this girl they have with the Ghostbusters, I really don't care about her. I'm not really impressed with her acting, and I've seen all the trailers so far, and I really don't care. So I don't see what she's saying at all, that she's such a talent. To me, frankly, they're pandering to the female audience, and they wanted to try to do something to balance out 2016. I'm not saying it would be a better story if they had a male protagonist, but just using Egon's granddaughter just seemed really lazy. So I'm sort of agreeing with her that they are doing a lot of the same beats. On the other hand, to say this is a carbon copy, I don't know. I mean, this is Ghostbusters in a rural area. That's really not the Ghostbusters. The Ghostbusters are really tied to New York City. I'd be reasonable, like it doesn't have to be New York City exactly, but it should be really a major city. I mean, that's one of the fun things about the humor, right? It's that a lot of people are shocked by the ghosts and like, oh my god, there's a bunch of demons. But some other people are just like, they don't care. They're so cynical. They're so used to city life. They're like, yeah, whatever. Demon dog. I don't care. I agree they're not reinventing the whole myth, but I don't see this as a complete copy. It's probably going to be very safe, but again, I just think after the disaster of 2016, they're trying to just be cautious. I do wish they did something a little bit more experimental, and as she admits, this is really her bias that she likes Jurassic Park and Scream way more. I'm much more cool to those franchises. I like Jurassic Park 2 a lot. I did like the Scream trilogy, but I don't think about it every day. So for me, Ghostbusters and Nightmare on Elm Street and the Halloween series are much more interesting. Even the week entries, I think, are much more fun. I don't watch the movies all the time, but occasionally go back to the old scenes and I pretty much approve of them. So I guess this is like, if this is not your favorite franchise, a lot of the fan service will be like not impressive. But I'm actually delighted that they're keeping it much closer to the 84 and the sequel than even the trailers are indicating. Do I want a complete remake? No. I think you could do something new, but again, they're just trying to get both the old audience and new audience, and it seemed, again, as she says, the majority actually went for it. So, yeah, it's interesting. I've dealt with the nostalgia argument already, but I don't know. Again, it does seem like we're dealing with which of these older franchises did you really like growing up, or are you hooking onto recently? If it's more one thing than the other, then that's going to bias you. But I'm okay if they're staying safe within the circle of Ghostbusters. Next time, yes, I do think they should be more experimental. But for this one, to just do a lot of similar things, I'm not too worried. But I don't want Jason to do the next one. I do think, yeah, this is interesting having one Reitman do another Reitman film. But yeah, after this, yes, let's move on. Let's do something new. But for this time, I don't see a major issue with doing similar things to the first two films. I mean, a lot of people don't even like Ghostbusters 2. I actually like it a lot. So again, yeah, Ghostbusters fans are going to split, but this being in safe territory, I don't think that's a big problem. But It is interesting how some critics are not with this, but as I say, it is due to bias. Well, at least she's honest about those biases. I just don't think this is that big a deal. But again, this is a franchise I like way more than Scream, so there we go. So apparently some Scream fans are not going to really like this new Ghostbusters. Well, okay, well, I'll say from the other side of the table, a lot of Ghostbusters fans don't care about the Scream film and the one coming out. I actually saw the trailer for it in the new Dune movie, and I was like, it still wasn't better, even though it was on the big screen. I was like, all right, I don't care. It still came off as kind of stupid to me, but yeah, we'll wait and see. I'll try to give it a fair chance. But there we are. So depending on your favorite franchise, this will work for you or it will not. We will have to wait and see. Thanks for listening.